This is something a bit different, something quite fun. This should be exciting. We are at Drift Limits in Bovingdon or something like that, and we're going to be driving a Formula F1000 car, courtesy of my lovely fiance, who's holding the camera right now. So yeah, this is going to be fun. But the only thing is, it's starting to spit rain a little bit. It's very windy and it's in a massive airfield. So hopefully it actually happens, and hopefully we don't die. So here we are, getting seated in this very tall, very small and tight Formula car. The pedals were so close, I actually took my shoes off. You could see the marshal walking over my shoes there, so that was nice. Had to do a push start, definitely didn't stall it or started too early the last time. Here we go, just pushing us, and we are into gear. So just a quick flick of the downshift paddle, and then slowly accelerate into fourth. That's where we had to kind of stay during this whole lap. So we had 4 kind of starting laps where they were just yellow flags, slow laps, getting used to the car and warming things up, as they said, and then we could floor it. So I was a little bit cautious because they said if you spun in these first 4 laps, that would be it, sober. And obviously you can see it's extremely wet. We don't have a front wing, but we do have wet weather tyres, and it's also very windy, so that's why the audio is down, but I'm sure you can still hear it. So yeah, we'll just take it nice and slow for the first lap, and this is just to give you guys a little look of what the track is like. And actually, if you would have watched, I think it was like Tomo and oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the other guys, but I think they did a driving challenge like in this actual car around this track, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, so that's the end of our first little lap on the back straight, which is nice to put the throttle down a bit and just get used to it. And yeah, that was it pretty much for the first 4 laps. Just nice and slow, getting used to it. I mean, there was a bit more room in the car than I initially thought there was going to be, because obviously the pedals are extremely close, but not just that as well, they're really sensitive, so it's so easy to put your foot just too far down on the throttle and just go a little bit too quick. So I've skipped ahead a little bit if you don't want to see those boring slow laps, and these are the more fun laps where I was getting a little bit more confident, putting the foot down a little bit more on the straight. I don't think the video really does it justice, because just how amazing it was to drive this car down the straight, just putting your foot down. It was so fun. The sound of the engine as well has a 1000cc Suzuki engine, so that would sound awesome. I mean, getting it up to speed. And yeah, I mean, even for these corners, I felt like it was, for me, it felt a little bit quicker than it looks. But yeah, just again, I don't want to spin it, I don't want to crash, because if you do, you got to pay, and you're going to be like taken straight off. And they showed us like loads of crash videos before we went out, so kind of tinted my confidence a little bit. But nevertheless, I really did enjoy it, especially again on this straight. It's so fun just to pick up a bit of speed, listen to the engine going, and yeah, it was awesome to actually kind of get a perspective as well of what like a single-seater driver must see. I mean, they're probably a little bit lower than me. I'm quite tall, as you can see. I was hoping I could see my hands on the steering wheel throughout this video, but nah, my head is just sticking out way too much, and you'll see that in the picture of the thumbnail as well, just how much I'm just poking out the car. I think I'm about 188 centimeters or something like that. It's like 6'2" or something like that. So I was pretty much on the verge of not being able to drive this car. So yeah, I'm lucky I'm not any taller than that. But yeah, you also notice around the track how like the red lines and the cones where they want you to aim for, like the turning in cones, and the red like lines on the side of the track, it's like the braking bits, but I definitely was not going quick enough to brake there. But yeah, you can see I'm definitely getting a bit more confident coming out of here as well. I was getting a little bit more acceleration coming out this corner. And on one of the laps, I don't know if it's already happened, it might have already happened, or it might be on this lap. So coming down into the first chicane, and then you've got the hairpin the hairpin after it. Obviously it was really windy, really wet, and I think I got on the paint there on one of the corners, and I felt the back end of the car actually step out a bit, so I had to kind of counter steer it, which was a little bit interesting. I was a bit worried about that, but luckily I did not spin it, so that would have been a bit embarrassing, and I would probably cut it from the video. No, I'm joking. I was getting a little bit more confident here as well with the speed, and just seeing how quick I could go, and I wanted just to do every lap just a little bit quicker than the lap I did before. So we got 10 laps, was what our limit we got, or what we paid for at least. I think you can do even more than that, but you know, money is a thing, so I didn't really want to do much more than that. But I'd love to come and try this in the dry. That would be awesome, just to feel how much grip the car has. I mean, even in these conditions you could get sort of a feel for it. I mean, I've never driven anything rear-wheel drive before. It's the first rear-wheel drive thing I've driven. I think the 0 to 60 on this is like 2.8 seconds or something like that, so super quick, ridiculously quick. It's a lot different from the Ford I'm used to driving for sure. Let's see, that was the little moment there. I don't know if you could see the wheels just kind of have to counter steer. I just got a little bit loose on the rear end. And just again, putting the throttle down a little bit more. And this is where I actually think I'll go a little bit wide here. Yeah, I just didn't want to steer in because I knew I was going to probably make a mistake. So here's a flying lap on board. And I'm sure now you can just hear about how windy it really was. You couldn't really hear it in the car, to be fair. I think it's more on the GoPro. And I mean, I thought the visibility was going to be a lot worse, but it wasn't too bad. So yeah, there we go, checkered flag, and that's our run over. So the first time driving a race car, I guess, a single-seater car. It was pretty awesome. Definitely something I can tick off the bucket list, and yeah, I'm definitely going to do it again in the drive for sure. Yeah, that was a pretty awesome, pretty special experience. That was the F1000 experience. That was insane. That was so cool. Yeah, really good fun. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't kind of imagine what driving an F1000 car would be like, or a Formula car, but it had so much grip. So much grip, even in the rain. And yeah, we had to stay in 4th gear, like around the whole lap. So it wasn't as like use the paddle shifters, which was a bit of a shame, but yeah, really good fun. It really went. So yeah, that was awesome. So I'm glad I can tick that off the bucket list. I've got like a Jordan F1 car here, so maybe we'll come back and do that. But yeah, that was so cool. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy me having fun. Yeah, go and check this out if you can. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.